Aloha kama'aina. Mahalo and ho'oponopono. Some of these words sound familiar. Ho'oponopono is a concept that requires some Googling. But today I'd like to sing in honor of Queen Lili'uokalani, the last reigning monarch of Hawaii, which is a place I got to spend a bunch of my childhood. And it conjures up feelings of long ago. This recording, I'm grateful, came from a friend as an example of a good early song for the ukulele. I can play it, but I don't have one at the moment. And as I listen, I'm reminded that Queen Lili'uokalani was held under house arrest by the United States government for a long time. And in that time, she composed music. She wrote poetry. She preserved the language and the stories of her ancestors as an educated woman who utilized, I should say, maybe the wisdom of the conquerors in her formation, but was still guided by her heart. And today, the 29th of January, I say to you, snowy aloha from Boston, because all of us need a little bit of a slow down island vibe that Hawaii understands well, but everywhere understands. And I thank my friend John Hicks for sending me this music, but it's even better to listen from a beach in Hawaii. And today I hope to make my way to one of my favorite beaches in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, while I recognize that the wealth of our nation is not so common as some of us would like it to be. And tonight I might make a wish at one of my favorite places that we see something change between now and the anniversary of Queen Lili'uokalani's birth on September 2nd. We can't know what that looks like yet, but I pray for a change every day. And I have a blessing I'll post on Instagram and Facebook later, because I'm lucky enough to be taking unemployment and recovering from injuries while figuring out my next steps. But I've spent time sleeping in cars as a child and also this past summer when I needed space and time to think. And I have a number of friends who sleep out of their car now in the cold of winter because rent is too high, because their dreams are too big. And all of us are feeling the crunch here in the tundra of Massachusetts. So I imagine what some of the colder spaces are feeling like. And I know from crying alongside Afghani immigrants of recent years who are brilliant and longtime dreamers and residents and citizens of the United States who are living on a knife's edge because they're brave. I wonder what our ancestors would say. Not just the Americans, but all of the peoples. And I know Queen Lili'uokalani would advise me to breathe and listen deeply. And this morning, as I took a long hot shower to shake off the pain in my body, un poquito, as we would say in Espanol. I remembered a song I sang long ago and that I taught children from a musical I wrote about the life of Jonah of Nineveh in the Bible. And it goes like this. Who can say, who can know the reason you woke up today? Ever feel like you're alone, searching for another way? I know I feel lost sometimes, looking for the answers. Father God, I know you're there. Would you let me know? Something I was created for. Maybe dancing or traveling through the stars. Something I was created for. Wish I knew there was something. I'd fly beyond the sorrows of now. I'd try if I could just know somehow. Something I was created for. Just a reason for me. Brings me to a musical artist I want to name, who wrote a song that always makes me think of my own calling. Jason Upton, an Indigenous adoptee who led worship in the Christian church. I'm pretty sure he's still alive. I wonder what he's up to these days, but I might apply for the ASCAP license to utilize his song in my old show, because I've been dreaming with my friends Susanna and Michelle and their mothers and fathers for a while now about re-recording that show. We dream, we sing, we dance if we can. We breathe into the yoga, we breathe into Bombay and friends with names like Gary. We breathe into Palestine and friends with names like Ibrahim, and people cooking pizza, and young women making stitched art, and elder women who have put their work on Pinterest. I've been calling you to go to the city. I've been watching you every day. Now you're paying for a one-way ticket for a ship that sails the opposite way. You laugh and you cry, you live and you die, 'cause you don't really know who you are. All alone in this world, orphan boy, orphan girl, you don't really know who you are. Run, baby, run. My hands release you, baby. Run, baby, run. Fast as you can. Run till your legs meet you. Hard to the real truth. You're my daughter, my son. Run, baby, run. Rolling the fox on the bass. A young woman named Eliza singing her heart out with her sister Gracie. Jonah of Nineveh, the old school prophet, priests, kings, a man I just met in a bar who's a poet in search for his true love. The man who was across the bar, who had an Italian name, and every beautiful Islamic hijab wearing woman, man, those in the line of the order of Melchizedek, the prophets, the priests, the kings, the queens who are of the heart. You're the voices we need. You're the Greeks from Athens. You're the man in a bar who suggested hashtag snowy aloha. And I always think a hashtag is just as sharp, because I'm a music teacher. Maybe we don't need luck. Maybe love is what we need after all. What would Queen Lili'uokalani say? Maybe by September 2nd, more will be slowing down with courage and heart. I don't know. That's the dream I have.